Here's where we stand. Here's where Curly stands. Oh, boy. I painted that this morning. It needs another coat, but I got a coat on it this morning anyway. Looks like I'm a little... missed a spot there. Otherwise, it's looking real nice. Of course, we're cool there. But I'm bored to death. I need to work. But I cannot get too far because that girl's taking some space up. I need her gone. I don't want her gone, but I need her gone. Then, of course, Super Scotty 1963 still out here. Somebody better make me an offer. Because I want to get started on Lilette's camper. I mean, I'm started, but I really want to get going. So I'm thinking, what else can I do to not get this so far that it can't go outside if it needs to? So I thought, well, there's the door side. Thinking to myself, I could probably route her out the door, route her out the back window. And then this is not the door side, and all I can do on this is route her out the window. We do know how far the potty closet comes back and everything here. So I'm like, what could I do besides router that out? So I think I could go through sand and prep, and I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I've got to go to the store and buy some amber shellac. I don't have any, which is so unlike me. I'm almost embarrassed to confide in you that. So I think I'm going to prep this, and if that does not make my life feel better, before dinner, I will go get some amber. I will amber shellac it. And then I might have a surprise for you. Got it. So the thing, well, this isn't it. But the thing that I do like, a couple of things that I like about being able to router these out. It's a little more difficult because when, the other way we build them with plywood, I don't know exactly where the windows are going to go or the door. I have to on a stick build. So I like that. And if I can router this, that makes a slick edge. And if you don't want to, you don't have to put trim around there. You're not going to make it look, wow. You're not going to make it look any better than that just by putting some trim up there. And I also like that I got this great big piece of Luan saved. I can use this. Multiple cabinets I can use for this. So I'm going to set this off to the side because it already matches the interior. Exactly. Good. All right. Let me get that just set over here. Just out of the way, probably off camera. So that's cool. Yeah, good. So I think what I'll do now is I will look for opportunities to clean this up, sand it up a little bit. If you remember from way back, we got a little glue on it here and there. We'll take care of that. And then we'll measure if we go to shellacking today. I want to. We'll see. But I can measure 3 inches on the bottom that doesn't need to be shellacked because of the frame. It will be in the frame. And the bed, I have already determined how high it's going to come. I have to look at my notes. So we don't have to do under the bed. Leave that unshellacked on this side. And then I know how tall approximately. Let me do a little good camera work for you. You've been nice today. So I know approximately how high the kitchen counter is going to be. We don't need to shellac that. There is going to be probably the wings on here. but I don't think I'm going to try to estimate that. I think I will go ahead and let that be shellacked. But there's no reason under the bed or behind the kitchen cabinet. And we'll save a little bit of money that way. Can't believe I don't have any amber shellac. I'm so disappointed in myself. Okay, let me get my sander. Probably gonna start with a little 220 grit and just try to knock things down. That's all, and clean up the edges right there. That was not bad. Give me props for that one. So I'll get started on that, and then I'll go do that one, which will be easy. This is just one, and then we'll make our determination on the amber shellac. All of a sudden the sun's out and it's super bright. I hope you can see this. Anyway, I went to the HD, 4 cans of the amber, 6 refill pads. Only gonna use one today, but so episode 4, I talked to you about saving money at HD using their coupons on their program. Hope you remember. If not, go back to the 4th in this series and look at that, because here's an update. I have bought enough lumber from them that I reached another tier. And if you go back to that 4th episode of this series, you'll know what I'm talking about. I hit another tier. So when I looked on my app, it said, you've unlocked a new perk. I'm like, okay. Free $50. So I spent $118. Anyway, amber shellac is $22 there. Whew. 4 cans. $118. They took 50 off the top. $68. That's a good savings right there. So anyway, I have sanded this down. I've mopped it off. It's ready to go. I've got amber here. Now my plan so far is I've got this one sitting out here in the sun. The other one's still up against the wall that you saw earlier. So I'm going to try to get this on here. I'm going to do this one in amber, let it dry, and it will dry within 30 seconds. And then I'm going to go over here. Well, that was really weird. Sorry about that. And I'm going to amber that one. So while I'm amber shellacking that one, this one will be stone dry. No problem. And then I think I may just get the water-based polyurethane out. Put a big fat coat right there. Let's see what happens. This might be a good spot for Russ to hit us with a double time. All right, that was not too bad, really. Now, near as I can cipher, you will see from, there's a wasp, from about, I didn't do very good right there. Let me update that real quick. Okay, there we go. That's better. As I was saying, nearly as I can cipher, from about there down is going to be the bed. This is the back. So you will not see where that is not, it's not even close. You won't see that. It's going to be under the bed. And then up here, you know I did it, this is where the wing will go. And I would guesstimate that the The bed's probably going to go to about right here. Right there, right where the seam is, right before that would be where the bed's going to go. And then from this seam over is going to be potty closet on this side, potty closet. And then down here, well, that's all potty closet. So you won't even see this. We'll remake this and put the potty closet right here. So you won't see any of that, except when you're in the potty closet. So, most of it's going to be covered. But what's not is we want it to be beautiful, right? And as you can see, it's almost dry right now. When that end part was sitting in the sun longer, it was drinking the amber shellac. Whew! Terrible, terrible. But it's what we got to do. So I think my next step is to go over here and put some amber on it. And you don't have to watch that. I just wanted you to see that's what I'm going to do. And when I get done with that, I'll be back over here to see how dry we are. We'll make our next move. Okay, it's done. Don't worry about that. That's going to be behind the counter, really, up to about there. But I went ahead anyway and wore out this little fella. But I got both of them done. These are about $7, $8. So I try to not use a whole bunch of them unless I have to. So I got that done. I think it looks great. And I'm going to go back out here and make sure that everything's dry. So I wanted to show you just real quick what we're doing. It's nice. It's real nice. Real nice. I like it. Okay, let me ponder for a second whether or not I want to polyurethane. I've always liked the shiny camper interior, not painted shiny, but if it's a stain or something, I like it shiny, I think. And I haven't done very many that way, so I think this might be my time to figure it out. Because if I don't like it, it's just on the walls and most of the walls are covered. If I do like it, we're slathering the old camper. All right. The poly is on, and you can see as I go across that sun, you can see the shiny. It dried almost immediately. Whoa, okay. We can see it from that angle. A lot better. It made a difference. I don't think I want to put another coat on, but I think this is good for me. The difference between working here and working here, this is flat. So if I get too much on, no big deal. It will find its own level. I get too much on here, I got to watch the drip drip. And I just finished, 30 seconds ago on this one. So we're still waiting to see the shine, but it has made quite a difference. This is still drying, so, you can kind of see that when the sun comes in there. But this has a bit to go to dry because it's not in the direct sun. You can see where it's still white there. But, man, look at that. Would you look at that? That's beautiful. That is so beautiful. And so we saved by cutting this out and cutting that out and not going to the floor on that or down there. So we saved a little bit, trying to save all the money we can. We got that $50. So we got to, be frugal. I think I'm really going to like this. If I really, really like it, when I go to install this on the cabinets, I could do 2 coats if I so desired. It might be too much, though. People might talk about me. Yeah. I think that's what we're going to get done today. That has got a few hours, probably 2.5 hours out of me if you don't count my trip to HD. And that's fine with me. And I think I can go inside, let this dry, get a big old cold drink of water, And then we'll see what the next episode brings.